Hello there. So this is MSR Cresson, the 1.3 track. This is my first session after round robin. So I'm gonna be following an instructor. This is Instructor Bob. I'll follow him for one lap. It's a chance for me to learn the line a little better, since it's my first time at this track, my first track day at this track. Bob does not use a bike camera, so we'll only have images from my camera in this video. This is, like I said, a 1.3 mile track. It has cool elevation changes, pretty nifty. Now, one problem or two problems that I have with this, that I've had at this track, is that the runoff areas are not that great, and the seams on the track surface are kind of brutal for me. That kind of like threw me off. I found myself finding ways to avoid the seams, because you sort of feel it, like getting the bike unstable, and I didn't like that that much. So this dude here on the green Kawasaki, he was like passing all the other riders, all the time, and I couldn't catch up with him, and I felt bad, through the end of the day, because like, darn it, I can't keep up with the guy. But then later I found out that he's a level 2 rider, and he was riding level 1 that day, just because level 2 was sold out. So I was like, okay. And also it was the second time he was at that track, so I said, okay, not so bad then. Alright, so at this point I've already passed the instructor. He's following me, and of course we get some traffic here. I have to account for that. This turn here was the trickiest one for me, and right here there's a bump that's kind of nasty. And during all the day I tried to find a way to go through that bump without shaking too much. Here's an area where I was struggling with staying within that seam or going over and then coming back. Same as here, we had two lines. We could either like do what I just did, go over the seam and then come back. I came back a little bit too soon, I think. But I can tell you, those things are not fun. This whole track, I mean, you can do it. I did it on a 600. I did it in second gear all the time. At times I felt like, okay, I can go third gear, but it would be like, okay, me going third gear and then downshifting immediately. These elevation changes are really cool on this track, and it's cool like how you have to learn how to straighten out the lines through some of those turns. This thing is like an uphill. I think I got to the end of the day without really nailing that one turn. Here, these cones, they are here just to avoid people running off track, and then down here there's no runoff, there's just a ditch. Not fun, right? Kind of dangerous. That's why they have those cones in that area. whenever I go some of these scenes, you can actually notice how the bike shakes. Look, fellow rider, riding out of the track. Oopsie. Instructor Bob goes by me, and normally when that happens, you know, sometimes that happens where, you know, he feels like the rider can safely go faster, so he goes by and encourages the rider to follow his pace. If that was the case here, then I gotta get on the gas harder, because at this point I'm still not comfortable yet with following other riders up close though. I always leave a little bit of room there. Here, hit a bump. And Bob also, he tends to like indicate the proper line using his feet. Yeah, there you go. You know, I have to tell you, hanging off the bike and going over those seams, I didn't feel comfortable at all. Alright, so here we go. Let's pit in and then hear what Bob has to say.
All right, man, looking good.
All right.
So keep a little tighter on the curbings. At a lot of those apexes, you're kind of drifting off a little bit. And I know it's a weird track.
It is.
Yeah, it's very, very weird, very different than that.
Okay.
So what you're trying to do is straighten everything out as much as possible. So stay tight to the curbings, where the cones are, where the axes are, and just keep moving around. You're getting off better to your right than you are your left.
Right.
So work on getting on that left a little bit, okay?
Perfect.
Otherwise you look good.
All right, thanks, Bob.
All right, good luck.
All right.
Okay, that's good. I went there that day with the specific goal of improving my body position on the left turns, but at that time of the day I was very busy trying to learn how to deal with those seams on the track surface. Anyway, I went out for whatever time we still had left and tried to incorporate, you know, Bob's feedback, and I did get better as the day went on, and we'll see that in another video. Marcel out.